documents, marriage license, birth certificates, your a deed to your house, or documents for your vehicles. If you have wills, a copy of your will for the family members that have wills, so possibly 2 wills, one for each adult person. Having a first aid kit. Starting the season every year with a brand new first aid kit is really a smart idea because you know everything in there is in there. This one, you see it's brand new. It still has a seal. It has a checklist of everything that's in it. So when you break it open, if you're looking for a Band-Aid or if you're looking for alcohol wipes, you know what's in there. With this documents, passports, personal identification cards are really important to keep in mind if you don't keep them, especially for children. If they don't have wallets or a purse, like making sure you have an identification for them should you need them to go to a hospital, your insurance paperwork, TRICARE, or whatever your insurance provider is, having that kind of documentation available in your go bag or on your person in your wallet is really important. Additionally, flashlights. I recommend to have 2 flashlights because have one and it's broken, you're out of a flashlight, so at least have a backup. But again, with this, making sure you have it with batteries, but then having spare batteries for the flashlight is equally important because they could go bad, or for some reason just maybe you didn't turn it off all the way the last time and it's dead. So this is a solar charger, which is really nice. If you have like cell phone devices, you can plug in cell phones or USB items into these, and you just need to lay it out in the sun and it charges, and then you can charge your devices. So something to think about. You can find them out like Walmart or Amazon, or a lot of camping stores all have them. An AM/FM radio. It's really good to have so you can get information, because the public affairs officer, myself, will work with the news stations to get information out to our community, the NSAPC family, where we want people to go, what times we need them to muster, what phone numbers we need them to call to muster for accountability, and just any additional information as far as even returning to the base once we come into the recovery phase. A lot of that will coordinate through different forms of media, and one of them being radio and news. So having a radio, in case you don't have a solar charger to charge your phone to check Facebook, having a radio is just as equally important. And this is a GPS, in case you got really displaced and you got lost and your car broke down or whatever. Having GPS and being able to signal to the emergency frequency is really important, because this Garmin has the function that you can it'll radio out an emergency frequency signal. So something to think about. This is a little bit more costly, not a must-have, but it's a nice to have. There's a lot of other really good, probably more must-haves than this, so I would definitely prioritize those as appropriate. But these are kind of the elements that I think are really essential for getting your family out the door and on the road in the event that we had to evacuate. So.
And this duct tape and some of
your. Oh, sorry, duct tape. Sorry, the duct tape I would say is really good if we had to do a shelter in place, and because and you have like a housing unit that is not very well sealed. It's really advised to find any type of garments to help seal up your windows. And having a roll of duct tape is really important. So even if we didn't evacuate, but we told you to shelter in place, if we had to shelter in place and your house has air leaks or whatever, and grab extra t-shirts, tape them, trash bags, plastic bags, taping them to kind of create that vacuum in your space so you don't have a lot of those debris, or even running water coming through under doorways is really a good item to have, because you may not have to evacuate, you just might have to stay in your house for a little bit longer. And this will help kind of like lock you in, so to speak. So.
Are there any items out here, obviously besides like hand sanitizer, Lysol, that you guys have said, okay, we need to have this after experiencing Hurricane Michael? Or just kind of emphasized even more to people on base?
So I think with like the Hurricane Michael, I wasn't here for Hurricane Michael, but so just from what my pass down and turnover from the person who was here is, one, there is a need for cleaning supplies. So I didn't include it, but you can get like at the dollar store like the smaller bottle of bleach, you know, something like that, sponges, stuff to kind of sterilize and clean up your housing area. If you are able to go, because it's not completely destroyed, but it still had some like water damage or water exposure. Bleach is always a good safe if you do it in a mix of water and bleach solution to kind of sanitize your house. So having some extra rags or sponges so you can kind of go in and clean your house and make it safe for your family is a really good tool to have.